Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about client retention. So how can you increase your average client retention? So how long you keep your average social media marketing agency client from 3 months to a year plus. So guys, this is the exact talk that I did at Aaron Branch's event back in July at the Social Media Mastery Live event. It was an incredible event in front of 120 to 150 people. And I spoke about this in front of the industry leaders in the social media marketing agency space, a lot of your favorite gurus on YouTube. And I wanted to bring it to YouTube because I think it's such an important topic. So how to master client retention. So firstly, who am I? If you're new to the channel, my name's Harry Kirk. I'm the co-founder of a social media marketing agency with Tom Ford, who is the co-founder of this YouTube channel. We've been running our social media marketing agencies for the past 4 years, 2 of those years as our agencies together, because we merged our agencies together after 2 years. And yeah, we're making over £35,000 in monthly recurring profit, which is incredibly good. But the most important factor of this is that we keep clients in between a year and 18 months typically, which is very unheard of in the social media marketing agency space. So what and why am I talking about it? So I'm talking about client retention. And like I said at the beginning of this video, client retention is just how long you keep the average client for. And if you can keep a client for for just an extra 3 months, that's halving the amount of sales you need to do. For example, if I keep a client for a year and you keep a client for 3 months, you have to do 4 times the amount of sales that I have to do, 4 times the amount of onboardings, 4 times the amount of client relationship building, and where I can just sit back, keep a client for a year, I'm super happy and I can just stack my clients. So it's super important. And I want to talk about it because I'm sick of everyone on YouTube never talking about it. They never talk about keeping clients long-term and I'm going to go into why. So back in January of this year, we asked 5,000 SMMAs how long they keep a client for. And I was shocked with the answers. 68% of people lose a client before 3 months. 89% of SMMAs lose clients before 6 months, which is stupid for me. I just can't believe that that's a thing. And that just shows how poor the social media marketing agency space is, because people can't keep clients for very long. And it's just shocking. Why is it so important? It's 7 times more expensive to replace a customer than to just keep one. I don't need to say any more on that because that just speaks volumes. So who's this for? It doesn't matter if you're a one-man band or you're an agency of a team of 200, or you're a local business or you're an agency. Having a retention strategy in your business is so important. It's so important because if you can keep your clients happy, not only does that keep your recurring revenue coming in and you can stack your clients, but it also benefits your brand massively. If you're keeping a client for a year, that client's going to be more likely to refer you than someone who you can only keep for 3 months because they're happy with the service. And we all know a referral is the cheapest client acquisition process you're ever going to go through. That being said, no one keeps a client forever. It's stupid for me to come on here and say, right, if you follow these 11 rules of retention, you're going to keep a client for 10 years or never lose them. Everyone loses clients. Happens all the time because processes change, share structures change, managerial positions change. So many things change within a business that you're just not going to be able to keep a client forever. That being said, you can keep a client for a lot longer than you're probably keeping them now. And I think the reason why a lot of people don't talk about this is because there seems to be a theme in the SMMA space, which is let's teach a business model on high churn businesses. So all people seem to care about is, right, I'll sign a client, I'll lose them in 3 months, then I'll just get a new one. And I think the reason why this is a thing is because it is so easy to sign clients. So people don't have to worry about keeping clients long-term. And that means they don't have to spend a lot of time on service delivery, which costs a lot of money to deliver at scale. So people just focus on these high churn businesses, and I hate them. They're the exact reason why so many businesses have been stung by agencies in the past. And I have no interest in facilitating, teaching, or guiding any social media marketing agency that wants to focus on being a high churn business. I only have an interest in dealing with, communicating, and networking with agencies that have the client's best interest at heart, and they really care about giving them a good service. And the final point before we go into the 11 rules of retention is, if you're trying to scale, if you have a high retention, it's going to be so much easier for you to scale in comparison to if you've got low retention. For example, if I keep clients for a year and you keep clients for 3 months, like I said earlier, you're going to have to sign 4 times the amount of clients in that year than I am. And if I sign 4 clients, I'm going to make 4 times the amount of revenue than if you sign 4 clients, even if we're charging the same thing. So my clients are going to stack up, and it's going to be easy for me to scale in comparison to you. It's going to be difficult for you to scale because you're going to be constantly having to think about where the next client's coming from. And the amount of time you're going to be spending on sales is going to be dramatically more time than I am. So my 11 rules of retention, guys, like my 11 rules that I focus on in my agency, and how we keep clients long-term, is customers equals family. Family are indispensable. So if you're looking after your clients like family, then they're going to start looking after you like family. My best kind of anecdote for this particular rule is, say you work with your uncle's business. He owns an e-commerce brand, your uncle does. I guarantee you're going to deal with him very differently to how you're going to deal with a customer off the street, because your due diligence is going to be better. Your offer is going to be different. You're probably not going to give him crazy guarantees because you're not going to want to disappoint him. You're going to work harder for him. You're going to support him more. You're going to give him more calls. Your customer service is going to be better. However, you need to treat every customer like that. You need to treat every single client that you get as if he's your uncle's e-commerce business. That way, they're going to feel looked after, and they're going to look after you by keeping you on their books for a long time. Number 2 is, everyone in 2023 is talking about, are you a B2B business, B2C business? But what everyone forgets is everyone's a H2H business. Everyone is a human dealing with a human. Everyone has stuff going on in their lives. So start talking to them like that. Talk to your clients as if they are a human, and understand that they've got things going on in their life. Like if they're giving you a shitty email, think, oh, maybe their wife's giving them shit. Maybe their kids are giving them shit, or stuff's going on in their personal life. Speak to them like a human, deal with them like a human, and then they're going to treat you like a human rather than an indispensable agency that they're just going to get rid of. Number 3 is over-delivering. And over-delivering is a very cliche one, I know. But the best way to put this, don't lose dollars chasing pennies. And yes, over-deliver, it all comes down to what you're promising them and what their expectations are. But what I mean by this is, say you're working with a dental practice and they've got an event coming up where they need a flyer. Don't say to them, right, it's going to be an extra 150 quid. Just do it for them. Utilize your graphic design skills, utilize your copywriting skills. Don't charge X for them. Over deliver on that particular ask of that client, because if you don't, all they're going to do is go to a branding agency that also offers social media marketing. And if that branding agency is anything like me and Tom, we'll be like, wow, you already have a social media marketing agency, and they're not going to just do a simple flyer for you. How about we talk about running your ads for you, because I'm sure they're doing a shit job. That's just life. That's like a dog-eat-dog world. That's going to happen. So don't open your clients up and almost set them up on a date with another marketing agency. It doesn't make any sense. Number 4 is happy hour. Now, this is something that I've introduced to our agency, where on a Friday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, whatever it is, I'll just pick up the phone and ring loads of different clients. I'll be like, hi, how's everything going? And the best line you can give is the following. Hi, Tim. How are you feeling about everything? How's everything going on a marketing front? And that immediately brings down their barriers, and you're talking to them as if you're a human. Like I said, rule number 2, human to human. Speak to them as if, not as from the agency, just Harry to Tim, rather than agency to business. Because what you'll find in that hour, and like I say there, it can't be a scheduled call. You can't say, right, I'm going to give you a call this time tomorrow. It needs to be on a whim. Just ring them and put them on the spot almost, and just be like, right, talk to me. What are you struggling with? And the amount of times we've kept the client for an extra 4 months because of these happy hour calls. I'll ring them and they'll say, and I'll say, right, like, how's it going? And they'll say something like, oh, you know what, the leads are great, but because I'm so busy now due to the leads, I can't call these leads. And I'll say, well, I need to know this. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce a setter. We're going to utilize our sales team, and we're going to book all the people in for you. Amazing. Let's get going for another 4 months. And we've kept them for another 4 months. But if I didn't do that happy hour call, or I tried to schedule a really strict corporate Zoom call, they probably wouldn't have brought that to light, and they would have just said, oh, you know what, it's not working, let's leave it. And that's how we've extended the client for an extra 4 months, because I've rang them as a person and just got the download of like, how are they feeling about everything? Number 5, authenticity. So I like to call this the Gary V effect. The amount of times I've been on a sales call and my girlfriend's been in the background and she's like, oh, should you really be swearing on those calls? And it's like, yes, because that's how I enunciate. That's how I talk. And sometimes it takes you to, you know, if I'm on a call with an 80-year-old woman med spa owner, I'm not going to swear, but if I feel like it's reciprocated, I will. And I'll say things like, oh, you know what, Tim, I'm sick to fucking death of agencies scamming people like you out of money because you've had a bad experience. And he'll immediately, his shoulders will drop and he'll say, you know what, Harry, me fucking too. And then it's like, it's a thing, like people love authenticity. Like it's a theme of all of this. People love talking to a human rather than a really corporate sales guy. Like everyone always talks about UGC content, user-generated content, and being really authentic on social media. But what's the point in being really authentic on social media and then you get on a sales call and you're pretending to be someone you're not? It's so easy to see straight through that. The next one, guys, is make first contact. And I did a recent video on this in the Q&A on Sunday, which was communication trumps results. So when you're getting amazing results for a client, your results speak for themselves, which is perfect. But in that initial phases, results may not be coming in. You might be testing and you're struggling to get in the swing of things. And if you're not communicating with your client, especially making first contact on particular problems, you're really going to struggle. And the best anecdote I have for this is if your ad account gets banned. If you have an ad account that gets banned, you know full well everyone on that business manager is going to get an email that says your ad account's been banned. If that client says to you, Harry, the ad account's been banned, what are you going to do about it? You've drastically failed. If you see an ad account that gets banned, communicate efficiently, message the client and say, hi, Tim, ad account's been banned for this reason. We're going to get it back in the next couple of days. Don't stress. They're going to be like, right, Harry's on the case. But if they have to remind you that the ad account's been banned, if they have to remind you that leads aren't coming in like you said they would, then that immediately shows them that you're not on the ball and you don't really care about how they're feeling. You need to always make first contact. First contact is so crucial. Never let a client bring an issue to you. Number 7 is keep clients educated. And I like to use the restaurant 1 versus restaurant 2 analogy here. So you walk into restaurant 1 week, you walk into restaurant 2 1 week. They both sell the exact same food. If restaurant 1 sits you down in the corner and waits you there for an hour before you get served, before you get drinks. Restaurant 2, you come in, he says, right, I'm going to sit you down here. I'm really sorry about the delay. It's going to be 30 minutes to get your food. Here's some drinks. I'll be back over in 15 minutes. Hope you have a good night. Let me know if you need anything. Both of those have given the exact same service. Both of them have given the same food, same wait time. However, because restaurant 2 kept me updated, and I wasn't in the dark of what was happening. And restaurant 1, I sat there in the dark being like, when am I going to get food? Am I ever going to get served? Restaurant 1, I'm never going to go back to and I'm going to give a bad review. Restaurant 2, I understand the situation. They kept us updated. The service was good. The wait was still the same, but I didn't mind that because I was kept in the loop. Keeping your clients educated of what's happened and what's happening is so important. And that's especially important through the testing phase. Like if it's going to take you 4 weeks to get a client results, explain to them twice a week what you're doing, what you've learned. Otherwise, they're just going to see ad spend coming out their account and they're not going to know any difference. They're just being like, what's Harry doing? He's not doing anything. Number 8, reward loyalty. And most people punish their most loyal customers, when in fact your customers are your best salespeople. If you've got a loyal customer, don't increase their prices unless you're giving them more service. Treat them well and give them a reason to scream and shout about your business. Most businesses don't give their existing clients a reason to refer them. They don't give them a reason. Have a referral scheme, have a reward scheme, discount their services if they refer you to a few people, and reward that loyalty. And that's going to increase your revenue dramatically, and you're going to get dramatically more referrals in your social media marketing agency. Number 9, confront negativity. And this is my race to 1 rule, which is if a client brings a complaint to me on a Thursday via email, I will never respond on that email. The only thing I'll respond on an email is when can you next get on a call. I won't combat the issue in an email saying, oh, well, this is the reason, this, and this. It just doesn't happen. Things get twisted. Things get read wrong. Tonalities aren't very easy to get across in an email or a text message. I immediately pick up the phone and have a race to 1 rule. And what a race to 1 rule is if a client messages me on Thursday with an issue, I will not wait till Tuesday next week to get on a call. I will ring them immediately so that at the end of the month, they don't look back on that month project and think, right, I was unhappy for a week of that because I was dealing with this issue. Whereas if an issue comes in on Thursday, I immediately give them a call, cut it out on the phone, apologize, whatever it is, solve the issue. They look back at the end of the month and think, I was only upset for 1 hour. Harry confronted it immediately. He solved the issue. He showed that I was, of utmost importance of being unhappy on the project. So let's continue. It's when people hide away from this negativity and they don't confront it head on because they're scared to confront it. Whereas you should just confront it head on, get it solved and move on. Number 10 is access to support. And this is the biggest issue with most agencies in 2023 is because of the way it's been pitched to them, because loads of gurus have said, start a social media marketing agency, live on a beach in Bali and have your agency run itself. They think that clients shouldn't be ringing them all the time. Clients are constantly blowing up my phone. And it's because we have this access to support with us, a concierge support, which is so crucial to so many clients. Most clients do not want to pay a marketing agency $2,000 a month if it's impossible to get hold of them, if they have to wait a week to get on a call. A client should, if they're paying you that amount of money, be able to call you at any time of day. Obviously, you're going to be on meetings, you're going to be busy, and you can just say, right, call me back at this time. But they need access to support, a Slack channel that's operated very heavily, a WhatsApp channel, a Facebook Messenger, whatever communication channel you have with your client needs to be open, and it needs to be managed 24/7. And finally, guys, retention starts on day one. Like if you're signing a client and you're taking them through the sales process, everything you're saying in that process is going to lead to how long you keep that client for. The testimonials you show, the reviews you show them, the lead process, what you're like on a sales call, your charisma, all of that builds and builds and builds over the course of working with them for them to make a decision on when they want to keep on working or renew the contract. So yeah, those are my 11 rules of retention, guys. If you stick to all 11 of those, I guarantee without fail, without changing any of your service delivery, your ad strategies, you will keep clients for a longer period of time without being said. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you like the style of this type of content, this is exactly what is inside the academy, our social media marketing academy called Digital Culture Academy. There's a link in the description with a 20-minute video on it, so I won't bore you too much, but it is a video course. You'll go through the fundamental knowledge that we teach, stuff like this, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, TikTok ads, the most up-to-date stuff in 2023 moving into 2024 that constantly gets updated. Then you fall into the ongoing mentorship with Tom and I on the live calls, the concierge support chat where you can message us any time of day to get support. It's one of the best, no, it's the best marketing mentorship program by far on the internet. The testimonials and the reviews and the course speaks for itself. If you're interested in getting a little bit more help and having someone literally hold your hand to success, click the link in the description, watch the 23-minute video on there where I discuss everything that's included. And yeah, I hope to see you on the next live call. And yeah, see you tomorrow for tomorrow's video.